Look at that. There's Tarful.
Oh my goodness. Is that a cameo?
Not really. I mean, he's been in the game already. Remember we had to rescue him earlier?
Oh yeah. That's true. This kind of reminds me of a SMG, like a Uzi or something.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically what it is.
Or the Mac 10. That's what it reminds me of.
Ah.
Mac 10 and Uzi, I think, looks decently similar though.
Yeah, I guess so.
Bad boy approaching.
Thick lad over here. Hacking chonkers.
Absolute.
Not even an absolute unit.
Precisely.
An absolute chimpy.
I wonder what the monetary investment to make AAA games nowadays is.
It's pretty big.
Because I was listening to the Co-op Show podcast, it was either 2016 or 17, whenever, and they're talking about, I think it's MGS5.
Uh-huh.
And I guess it was like 2 million or something? Or maybe it was 20 million, I forget.
Probably 20 million.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like comparable to a Hollywood movie.
Mm-hmm.
And so they
Well, if it's a big budget Hollywood movie, try 200 million.
Yeah. I know it definitely wasn't that
Mm-hmm.
for MGS, but I think it was 20 million. I think that sounds right.
Mm-hmm.
And then their guest, I forget who it was kind of using that as the reason why like it's fine for them to charge like for more DLC and stuff like this, and games end up being $60, if not $120 if you add on all the DLC and season passes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And like, well,
it's true because you know you have to make money at the end of the day.
yeah.
So, what do you want them to do? Just not make any money and then fail as a company?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I think on one side, I don't know that is the best argument on his part, because like a Hollywood movie also, if I go to see a movie, it's $6 to $10 to $12 instead of 120.
right.
and most games aren't 20 million, 2 million.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's as comparable in that sense. But at the same time, like, there's been this like stupid entitlement of people too, where like a DLC should be free,
Right.
and it's like you don't want to like put laws on the freaking game development companies or whatever.
Well, yeah.
You know,
I mean, government
Obviously, that'd be
sucks at
stupid.
everything, so
Yeah. So, but it's hard to define the ethics too, so it's understandable why it's complicated.
Mhm.
It's like, well, how can you tell if this was like withheld from the game or if it's extra, and like what's considered
And
extra? If
don't companies have a right to withhold that? Like,
Yeah,
it's scummy, but like they still have the right to do it.
yeah, and like you look at Five Nights at Freddy's. If you had a studio make that'd probably take like a day.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at like the newest Call of Duty, it's like, isn't everything in that game should be considered extra then? So doesn't that actually mean it should be like $500 to buy the game or something? Granted, Five Nights at Freddy's costs like $1 on Steam or something, but either way. So yeah, I don't know. But I've been seeing that a lot more lately because people have just been so. There's been like this rebel against Sakurai by a lot of people because of Byleth, which is stupid because like Sakurai isn't Nintendo.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't think that Intelligent Systems or Nintendo or whoever else had a say in this?
Yeah, I mean, people are dumb.
Yeah, and it's like a for-profit company in all of this, and Byleth obvious, but it's like, well, they should have made them at least free then if it's going to be a Nintendo character and not third party. And it's like,
Okay, you paid for all this other DLC before knowing any of them would be third party. Like, almost none of the DLC in the first game was third party, except for like Ryu.
yeah,
And Bayonetta, I guess, is technically third party, but barely.
yeah. and they're talking about like the next DLCs, how they should add more like free DLC characters and stuff. And it's like
There's no way they're gonna make any character free.
Yeah, that's just stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've gone obviously, and like I said, it's a complicated subject, but this situation is not.
Yeah,
they've obviously gone above and beyond what anyone would have expected from Ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
With the roster, especially, and no one deserves more free content.
Yeah, you don't have a right to free stuff.
Yeah,
That's much as the Democrats will tell you otherwise.
What if Bernie added that to his platform? We will make all. I don't know how to make. We'll make all. Smash DLC characters.
All
free.
Smash DLC characters are going to be free. Also, I had to stab Sev there because he was glitched. We talked about there being like no glitches, and all of a sudden there's a ton of glitches. But he was glitched, so I couldn't tell him to use Bacta for some reason.
That's a Let's Player curse.
Indeed.
Doing my thing might have been our glitches playthrough.
Yeah.
And you said you didn't see
I
any
had
glitches.
no glitches when I played it myself.
Yeah. No, I loved it actually.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Sesh.
Because they were just funny glitches.
Yeah, and Sesh 4 was hilarious. The game crashed like twice. The Kaka demon like got stuck in a wall. I got stuck in a wall.
Mm-hmm.
The body started flying upwards.
Yeah, yeah.
All kinds of like awesome stuff was happening. And they never really detracted, because even the crash was hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only time that it was slightly annoying was when I was just like straight up falling through platforms when we were doing that platforming segment.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. That goes back to our discussion last session about 3D games being basically impossible to be made perfect.
Yeah, it's true.
Ammo crates. We need that ordnance.
I guess it'd be possible if the game was like one room long, because then you could just not use a physics engine to do processing, and you could just like code every
Interaction.
Even then, that'd be insane. Cause
yeah, that'd be a lot of coding to code every interaction.
even for
of
one
any
like
3D
cube
game.
room, yeah. Even if you're just a guy in a room, coding every single position you could stand in a single room would be absolutely insane.
Yeah.
So actually, yeah, it is impossible. Basically.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's use this clear line of fire.
Moving to your mark.
Slice that terminal, Delta. You got it.
Besides, like maybe in the future, like we were talking about Mario 64, where an AI can play through games to find the optimal route, and that's how they find all these glitches. Maybe they'll be able to in the future, like somehow employ AIs to like play through games to.
Yeah,
find
to be game testers instead of people.
Yeah, exactly. Because I feel like AIs obviously be way better because they don't get bored or whatever.
Yeah, indeed.
And they don't think like necessarily. Well, they think like a computer, not like a human. So they find the wackiest stuff.
Indeed.
Abandoned position.